last class, we discussed about maxima minimum, isn't it? So we'll discuss some problems related to increasing, decreasing functions, maximum, minimum, and all. Okay. Hmm? So today we are going to start with integration. What is integration? What is integration? Yes, what is integration? Integration is the reverse process of differentiation. It is the reverse process of differentiation. Okay, if you addition, if you add something, okay, suppose I want to remove that added quantity, then what you will do? Suppose I add 3, I want to remove 3, I want to get it back. Okay, so what you will do? What is the reverse? It's subtract. Okay, if you multiply, what is the reverse process in order to remove that multiplied
Divide.
quantity? We divide. Same way here, suppose the function is given, we have differentiated. So I want the function back. We want the given function back. Then what we will do? We want to integrate. So integration, we call it as the reverse. Okay, it is the reverse function of differentiation. It is the reverse function of differentiation. It is the reverse function of differentiation. Okay. So only few simple types only we are going to learn. Okay, the simple types only we are going to learn. In a simple types only we are going to learn. In integration, actually, if you take integration, it is a vast topic. We are going to learn only the simple ones. Okay, integration is write down. Integration is the reverse process of differentiation. Integration is the reverse process of differentiation. Suppose, write down, suppose f of x is the given function. Suppose f of x is the given function. So f of x be the given function. So I'm finding f dash of x. Let us denote f dash of x to be g of x. I'm finding the derivative. F dash of x means derivative of f. So let f dash of x be g of x. Now from g of x, from the g of x, we want the original function f of x. How to find? So what you have to do, look at here, integration. This is the symbol I'm writing here. Look at here, yes. Summation, capital S, summation. Integration means otherwise, okay, in higher classes, you'll be learning that. Integration is summation. So we write this S, G integral of g of x dx. Integral of g of x into dx is equal to integral of g of x is f dash of x into dx. When you integrate this, we will get the function f of x plus, whenever we integrate, we will be writing the constant c. Whenever we integrate, we write the constant c. Why we are writing this c? Let's go through an example. Okay, now listen. Suppose y is equal to x square plus 1. Y is equal to x square plus 3. Y is equal to x square minus 100. Now in all the cases, tell me what is dy by dx? What is dy by dx? Karthik. What is dy by dx?
2x.
2x. Look at the function. What is dy by dx? It is
2x.
again 2x. What is dy by dx?
2x.
2x. Look at here, the functions are different. Y is x square plus 1. Look at the next function, y is x square plus 3. The next one is x square minus 100. So the functions are different. Isn't it? Here all the functions are different. So when you differentiate, we are getting 2x. Now, so when we integrate this, when we integrate 2x dx, okay, when you integrate this function, we should get the same function, isn't it? So when you integrate this function, you should get this one. Okay. So when you integrate, Okay, write down. Derivation of a function is unique. Derivation of a function is unique. But a function may have many integrals. A function may have many integrals. A function may have many integrals. Why? Why we say it is having many integrals? When we integrate, listen children, whenever we integrate, we write integral of g of x dx is equal to f of x plus c. What is c? Where c is the constant of integration. Where c is the constant of integration. Okay, c is the constant of integration. And this constant, by varying the constant, we will be getting different values. If I put C1, we will be getting one function. If I put C as 100, C is a constant. You can assign any number for the constant. So integral of g of x dx is equal to f dash of x into dx, which is equal to f of x plus c, where c is the constant of integration. Integration is the reverse process of differentiation. How to integrate and all we are going to learn. Okay, when we learn this, the idea will become more and more clear. We learned how, when a function is given, we learned how to find the derivative. Now, suppose a function is given, how to integrate. That's what we are going to learn. So integration is, it is a reverse process of differentiation. Okay, whenever we integrate, we add a constant. C, constant of integration is to be added. Okay, we will be adding one constant. So when by varying the constants, we can assign different values for the constant so that we'll be getting different functions. That is why we are saying integral of a function need not be unique. Is it clear? Why we are saying that integration of a different function is not unique? You can assign any value for c. C is a constant. By changing the value of c, you'll be getting different curves, different functions. Is it okay? Now, next point, note down the next point. So suppose, yeah, okay, integral of f of x dx. Here, whenever you are given a function like this, integral of f of x dx, okay, is called indefinite integral. Why we call this as indefinite integral? This one we call it as indefinite integral. What is meant by indefinite integral? X can take any value. It is a function in x. We know this is simply a function in x. Here x will be taking any value. At the same time, suppose I am writing like this, integral a to b f of x dx. What is the difference here? Here we are writing simply f of x dx. Look at here, a to b f of x dx. A to b means what? X takes values only between a and b. For example, suppose I am writing like this, integral 0 to 1 x square dx. So x takes only those values between 0 and 1. X takes those values between 0 and 1. Is it clear? X will be taking values between 0 and 1. So here we are saying, so one definite, okay, x will be taking only those values. So we call such an integration as definite integral. This is called definite integral. This is called definite integral. Integral a to b f of x dx is called the definite integral. Okay, now listen children. Now let's recall what is derivative. Now listen children. Okay. So what is the derivative of sin x? What is the derivative of sin x? Tell me. What is the derivative of sin x? Tell, you have learned
1 by cos x.
No, no. Sorry, children. So you have not learned the derivatives, isn't it? Only simple cases only we have learned. What is derivative of e raised to x? What is the derivative of e raised to x?
Raised to x.
E raised to x. What is the derivative of log x? 1 by x. Derivative of log x is 1 by x. So listen. So what is integral of 1 by x? Okay. What is integral of 1 by x?
X.
Integral of 1 by x is log x plus, when you differentiate log x, we are getting 1 by x. So when we integrate y by 1 by x, we should get log x. Is it clear? What is derivative of x raised to n? What is derivative of x raised to n?
N into x raised to n minus 1.
N x raised to n minus 1. So how the integral is defined? Okay, it is the reverse process. So integral of x raised to n dx will be, okay, here in derivatives, what you are doing? We are putting the power in the front and we reduce the power of x by 1. Here, it is the reverse. So here you increase the power by 1, x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Let's see. What is integral of x raised to n? X raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Okay. How the integration is defined? Okay, it is a reverse process. So here, initially we are taking the power in the front and we are reducing the power by 1. So instead of here, what you are doing? We first increase the power by 1. If it is n, n plus 1. Instead of multiplying here, what you are doing? We are dividing. So integral of x raised to n into dx is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Again, what is integral of e raised to x? What is integral of e raised to x? This e raised to x. Note down these formulas. These are the formulas, integrals. Write down these formulas. What is the derivative of 1? What is the derivative of 1?
0.
0. What is the derivative of x?
1.
1. So integral of 1 into dx is x plus, what is integral of 1? X. Integral of 1 into dx means it is same as integral dx. Both are same. Integral of dx is x plus c. Write the next heading. Algebra of integration. So first you copy this formula. Is it over? You copied all these things? Aishwarya?
No, ma'am.
Anila? Okay, copy it.
Ma'am, what is the integration of the last one?
Integral of dx. 1 into dx means we can write this as integral of dx. What is 1 into any function? You will get the same function. So integral of dx is x plus c. Integral of dx is x plus c. You all copied? Shubham, did you copy this one? Yes. So what else we have learned here? Integration is the reverse process of differentiation. Okay, integration is the reverse process of differentiation. And here we are going to learn only the formulas and its simple applications only we are going to learn. Not as depth what the general max students are learning. Okay, we are going to learn only the simple formula, simple integrations only it is given. And its simple applications of simple curves and all only we are going to learn. Not in depth what the pure science students are learning. Okay, so only the simple formulas we are going to learn. So learn it by heart. If you learn it, if you are thorough with the formulas, we can do this applications and all very easily. Okay, write the heading. Algebra of integration. Algebra of integration. Algebra of integration. Algebra of integration. See, this algebra of integration, we learn it. Okay, we learn this for how to understand how to integrate a function. Suppose you are given a function, how to integrate, how to split it. For that purpose only we are learning this. The first property we are learning is, listen, k into f of x into dx. Okay, k into some function into dx means, okay, don't write it children, I'll give time, first you listen to it. So integral of k into f of x dx is equal to, what you'll be doing, we can take the constant out, k into integral of f of x into dx plus c. Whenever we integrate, what you can do, we can take the constant outside. If you want, we can take the constant outside. What is k? Where k is constant. Okay, let us take one example. Okay, I'm not going to integrate, just for your understanding how this rule we can apply. For example, 5 into x square into dx. X square dx is the function. Which is the constant there? Which is the constant?
5.
5. So in order to integrate this, what we can do? We can take the constant out and integrate these functions. Is it clear? Is it okay? So whenever we have a constant with the function, we can take the constant outside and integrate the function. Okay? Is it okay, Shubham? The second rule is integral of f1 of x plus f2 of x into dx. Suppose we have two functions, f1 of x plus f2 of x. What we can do? We can split this into two forms. We can just split this into two integrals, f1 of x dx plus f2 of x into dx. Look at here, only one integral function. Okay, integral of f1 of x plus f2 of x into dx. It is given as a single integral. So what we can do for our convenience to integrate this in an easy way, what we are doing, we can split it. We can make into smaller functions. For example, okay, for example, integral of x square plus log x into dx. Look at here, whether we are having two functions here. Which are the two functions?
Square and log x.
X square and log x. So what we can do, how we can split this? We can split this as integral of, by applying this law, we can split this as integral of x square dx plus integral of log x dx. Is it okay? This is the second law. Integral of k into f of x dx is k into f of x dx. Integral of f1 of x plus f2 of x dx is equal to integral of f1 of x dx plus integral of f2 of x into dx. Is it clear? Is it okay? Now third one, third law. Third one. See, we use all these laws for making the integration easy. The third one, integral of f1 of x minus f2 of x into dx. Can you give the law? What is the law we are using here? Yes,
Integral of f1 of x minus
integral of f1 of x dx. Whenever we use this integral symbol, we should write dx. Use it, okay? Integrating with respect to x. We are integrating with respect to the variable x. That is what we are writing like this. f1 of x dx. f1 is a function in the variable x. f1 of x means f1 is a function in the variable x. So we are integrating with respect to dx. Tell me, Aishwarya.
minus
Minus
integral of f2 of x dx.
f2 of x into dx minus f2 of x into dx. Is it okay? Then the fourth rule is, now earlier we discussed, what is integral of dx? What is the answer? What will be the answer? Karthik, can you try this? Integral of dx. Yes.
X plus C.
Yes, whenever we integrate dx, integral and differentiation or reverse process. So integration and differentiation will get cancelled, and what you will get? Tomlin, it is x plus c. What is integral of dx? What is integral of dx, Tomlin?
X plus C.
It is x plus c. This x plus c. Is it okay? Is it clear, children? Now write the next heading. Standard results of integration. Some standard
Ma'am,
results.
We
Yes.
didn't write those.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, children. So copy this one. Copy these 4 laws. Copy these laws. Using these laws only, we split the function. Okay, we make the function. Whenever we are given big function, we will make it simpler. We make the function simple and then we integrate. Copy this one. Is it okay, children? You all copied?
Ma'am, can you scroll the screen a bit up?
Okay. Is it okay, children? Tomlin, you finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anila Mohanan, what is integral of dx? Yes. Louder.
X plus C.
Yes, it is x plus c. It is x plus c. It is x plus c. Integration is the reverse process of differentiation. It is the reverse process of differentiation. Okay, if you are thorough with the differentiation formulas, then we can do the integration easily.
Finish, ma'am.
Finished. Okay, children. Then the next one, write the next heading. Write the next heading, standard results on integration. Okay, this proof and all is not included, only the some results we are learning, the simple results in integration. Standard results in integration. The first one is integral of x raised to n into dx is integral of x raised to n into dx is. Okay, whenever we integrate x raised to n, it is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Look at here how it is defined. Listen, children. What you are doing here, when the power is n, what you are doing, we increase the power by 1. You increase the power by 1 and divide it by that increased power n plus 1 plus c. So, based on this, can you give me what is integral of x square? What will be x square? This is the first result. Okay, only one result we are learning. Now let us do the problems based on this. Let us apply this problem. What will be integral of x square?
X cubed by 3.
It is x cube, isn't it? The power is 2. Increase it by 1. 2 plus 1. What is 2 plus 1? 3. By 3.
3.
C. Is it okay? Now, tell me, Shubham, what will be integral of x raised to 10 into dx?
X raised to 11 by 11.
Yes, very good. X raised to 11 by 11 plus c. What is integral of x dx? Aparna. Aparna. Integral of x dx. What is the power? Exponent power is
From 1.
1. So when you integrate, what is the answer? What will be the answer you will get?
X.
Ma'am,
Ah,
x raised to 2 by
ah.
2.
Yes, correct. X square by 2, x raised to 2 by 2 plus c. Is it clear, children? What is in power? You increase the power by 1 and divide by that increased number. X raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. What does this c? What does c stands for, Aishwarya?
Constant.
Constant of integration. It is the constant of integration. Whenever we integrate, we should add this constant of integration. Okay, next one. What is integral of x raised to 3 by 2 into dx? Karthik, can you try this? Instead of number, now I am taking fraction. Method is same.
X raised to 5 by 2 by 5 by 2.
Very good. X raised to 5 by 2 by 5 by 2. Children, 5 by 2. The 2 I am writing in the numerator plus c. Is it okay? X raised to 5 by 2 by 5 by 2. Now, what is integral of? Children, try this. What is 1 by x cube into dx? So these are some examples. We are applying the results. What is integral of 1 by x cube into dx? Annette, can you try this one? 1 by x cube into dx. Annette?
Ma'am, x raised to minus 2.
Very good. Okay, we can write this as x raised to minus 3. Okay, if we are not integrating, we can take whenever you have the power in the denominator, we can take it to the numerator. We know the law. 1 by x raised to n is x raised to minus n. Okay, so it is x raised to minus 3 into dx. Now integrate. When integrate, what you will get? Anila, Mohanan, Anila.
X raised to minus 2 by minus 2.
Okay, correct, Shubham. Anila, okay, next question you have to answer. Shubham, you don't give the answer, you wait. 1 by x square into dx. What is integral of 1 by x square into dx? Yes, Anila Mohanan, give the answer. Others keep quiet. Shubham, you wait. Okay.
X to the power minus 1
Yes, x
by
to the
minus
power
1.
minus 1 by minus 1 plus c. Okay, this correct. Okay, which is same as children. This one we can write this as minus 1 by x plus c, isn't it? X raised to power minus 1 means we can write this as 1 by x plus c. So it is minus 1 by x plus c. So the next one we are going to find is very, very, very important. Although this is the, okay, although we are using the first result, this one is very, very important. Okay, what is integral of 1 by x dx? What is integral of 1 by x? Don't write, keep your pen down, sit, listen to me. So whenever you are given like this, what is the method? Now we learned one method. We will be writing this as x raised to minus 1 into dx, isn't it? And we write this as x raised to minus 1 plus 1, isn't it? Integral of x raised to n is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. What will you get? What will you get? What will be in the denominator?
Denominator will be 0.
Will become 0, isn't it? Denominator will become 0. When the denominator becomes 0, it is undefined. It is not at all defined. So we can't use this when the power is 1. Okay, when the denominator, when x is minus 1, we can't use. So here what you have to do? For this, we have learned one formula. What is the derivative of log x? What is the derivative of log x?
By x.
1 by x. So what will be integral of 1 by x?
Log x.
Log x plus c. Log, we can write like this, log mod x. Log means only for positive numbers only we can define log. So we write within modular symbol, log of mod x plus c. So this is very, very important one. Integral of 1 by x dx is log mod x plus c. Log mod x plus c. Log mod x plus c. Okay, so this one also we can write it along with the formula and we can learn it by heart. What is integral of 1 by x dx? It is log x. Now listen children, this one we can use it in another way. What is the derivative of x? What is the derivative of x? Tomlin, 1. Look at here. So the derivative of denominator is in the numerator. What is the derivative of denominator? Denominator we have x. Its derivative is 1. It is in the numerator. Then what you are writing? Log of mod x plus c. So from this we are deriving another important result. F dash of x by f of x into dx. Look at here. F of x is the function. Its derivative is f dash of x. The derivative of denominator is in the numerator. Is it correct? What is the derivative of f of x? And its derivative of f of x is
Dash
root
x.
of x, isn't it? So the derivative of denominator, is it in the numerator? Is or no? So if it is like this, what you can write? The answer will be log of f of x plus c. Integral of f dash of x by f of x dx is log f of x plus c. Yes, Karthik?
Nothing, ma'am.
Nothing. Is it clear, children? Hmm? Okay. Next result. Next result. Integral of e raised to x into dx is e raised to x plus c. Next result. Integral of e raised to x into dx is e raised to x plus c. So what will be integral of e raised to ax into dx? What is integral of e raised to ax into dx? It is e raised to ax. Listen, children. What is there with x? Look at the coefficient of x here. The coefficient of x is here a. So that one we should write it in the denominator. E raised to ax by a plus c. E raised to ax by a plus c. If the coefficient of x is a, then we should divide it by a plus c. Okay, so all these things are formulas. Note down. Okay, first one, second one. Okay, the next one. What will be integral of e raised to minus ax dx? What is integral of e raised to minus ax dx? It is e raised to minus ax by minus a plus c. E raised to minus ax by minus a plus c. What is integral of e raised to minus x dx? What is integral of e raised to minus x dx? E raised to minus x by, look at the coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x here? Is minus 1 plus c. E raised to minus x by minus 1 plus c. Then, what is the integral of a raised to x dx? What is the integral of a raised to x dx? 1 second, children, this is not there for you. This one is not there. Then, what is integral of ax plus b whole raised to n into dx? What is integral of ax plus b whole raised to n into dx? It is ax plus b whole raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 into a. What is the coefficient of x? That one we should write it in the denominator. Plus c. Ax plus b whole raised to n by n plus c. So this much standard results are there for you. Okay. Compare this with derivatives and learn it by heart. Learn it by heart and come. Okay. So in the next class, learn all these formulas and come. Okay. Is it clear, children? Along with, try to do the questions in your textbook. Maximum, minimum, some questions are there. Try to complete that questions. Okay. Maximum, minima, in your textbook, you have some questions, around 4 or 5 questions are there. Try to solve that questions. Is it okay, Shubham? And you have to submit these homeworks when the school is reopened. When the school is reopened, you have to submit the homeworks. So daily homeworks, write it date-wise, today's date, and the homeworks from maxima, minima. Okay, 5 questions are there in your textbook. Try that as homework. Okay, with this I end the session now. Thank you.